Bandhana Hare Bandhana Bandhana Hare Bandhana Gun Gao Gopal Rai Gun Gao Gopal Rai Bandhana
ਤੇਰੀ ਮਿਹਰ ਦਾ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਤੁਧ ਆਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਆਦ ਗੁਰੇ ਨਮੈ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਗੁਰੇ ਨਮੈ ਸਤ ਗੁਰੇ ਨਮੈ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇਵ ਨਮੈ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। You know, when we are born as human beings, where we have the destiny, we have the fate also. Fate and destiny walk hand in hand. And in the process of walking hand in hand, we proceed the distance between our destiny and our life. It applies to every person, doesn't matter what one's faith is in religion and how he looks at God. Somebody looks at God that is a personal, some for people is impersonal, for some people God is just one, some part of God is multi-million gods. And if you really look at Shinto religion, every blade of grass is absolutely godly, divine, perfect, creative nature represented off there. I mean, they go to the extent you can't even touch it. When I was studying the Shinto religion and its study, somebody told me, why you want to be crazy? And I said, what is crazy about it? Is it not the religion of Japan? And I want to know about it and how they believe and how they proceed with it. He said, first of all, there's nothing in writing. First of all, this is all practice. It's heart to heart. It's from one memory to the other memory. You have to remember all that. And I said, well, I'll reach to the essence of it. I'll see to it. And I saw it was one of the most simple thing which Guru Nanak said. Guru Nanak said Ek Onkar. What's the difference when the Guru Nanak said Ek Onkar? There's a one creator, created all the creatures and the creation, and rest is a drama. That's the play in between. So if Shinto religion starts explaining in detail, emphasizing on the human mind what it is, and what it is that a man without honor and courage does not exist in that society. That give it outlet to it. That's why in the whole world on one side and Japanese on one side is a very simple thing. For them important is not life. For them important is honor of life. What they said, what they promised, what they have to deliver, what they have to do. And when I understood that, I found it out that in the basic ideological and psychological situation, All religions are the same. Only it is the time difference of progress. I was talking today at the breakfast how man started creating a clan. A caveman started clan, and clan to a tribe, and tribe to a nation, and nation to a country. But if you really look in the technology and psychology of the whole universe, you will find that all we try to become, to live together somehow. And we are still trying. Whereas the principle man understands in his spirit and soul is to get it together is to get together. To get it together is to get together. And to get together is to be together. If a person understands all knowledge is only achieved for one thing, to be together. And to get it together is to get together. I'm just making the pun of the same words in one simple thing. Another thing human learn is when one is in difficulty, God knows where the help will come. Because we do not know from where the calamity came. So we found out by experience if calamity can come from anywhere it wants to, then the help can come from anywhere it gone to. And that is what led humanity to believe that God is infinite. That is what led humanity to believe God is infinite and everywhere, and God is almighty and God is the creator, because they could not find any man perfectly to create one own self. It was the first acknowledgement. And then theory changed. Buddhism came to non-violence, and he said life is precious to be lived, and their non-violence is very violent, if you really want to look at it. Because they feel that if life is not decided this lifetime, it will be decided next lifetime, next lifetime. They have endless status of life. So they are not in any hurry. So they feel fighting and deciding on the spot will not solve the problem. The problem shall be solved by as time and space will give you. So if the problem is very difficult, they start meditating. They give it a length. They keep on prolonging it. There was always in India there was a situation, if there's a criminal case, make it as long as possible. So something will come out and its impact will be gone. It's a civilian case, never even let the summons served, forget it, even to appear in the court. So basically idea is that let us see what time does. So technically speaking, in man's spirit there is always a longing to know and know now. Can we live together? Can we get together? Can it be together? It is that beauty of togetherness which gives us a joy. It is that beauty of separation which gives us pain. You understand this pain. If you technically understand, I'll explain to you this. When two people have to meet each other, they have formalities. Even today, in today's date, humans have no courage to meet informally each other. Even the most intimate friends have formalities and reservation. So when there's a formality, reservation, then somebody is hiding something from somebody. And because everybody hides something from somebody, so everybody knows something is hiding from somebody. So this nature becomes so undivine and is so unethical that ultimately you start hiding everything from God also. You want to hide something from God somewhere, someday. And God, may I know you don't know that God knows? Yes, you don't know. When Guru Nanak said, God knows, people started throwing stone at him. You say, how you can say that? God doesn't know anything. You say, who knows? A Pandit knows. You say, who made the Pandit? God. He said, then what's the difference? If God can make Pandit and Pandit knows, and you say God doesn't know, Pandit knows, where are you coming from? So they didn't kill him with those stones. They stopped. When he started telling people the supremacy and the joy and the ecstasy and the reality of God, and he gives people all that status that man within him and herself is as well as divine as well as in duality. Then people say, what is the answer? What's the answer? He says, answer is the Guru, which can take you from darkness to light, which will walk with you in the darkness to the light, which will walk with you in pain towards happiness. In pain, he let not you stop. In happiness, it let not let you go out of bounds. It is that companionship. And then people started working and working and working, and some people were gurus and they became gurus. Till a time came, the most beautiful time, when Guru became people and people became and installed the Guru. And that is where the Panth Khalsa begins. That is where this handful swans giving message of the purity, dignity and identity of the human race are set up on the soil so that they can handle the age of Aquarius, where forgiveness, kindness, compassion, getting it together, being together will be the most ordinary thing for people to do. Somebody asked me a beautiful question. How can one forgive? I say, how can one forget? If you can forget, you can forgive. And if you cannot forgive, and you can't, must remember you are not forgiving yourself. And we learn that our comparative consciousness and competing nature always tells us differently, but our reality is different. In that reality, our progress towards the Guru and guidance of the Guru becomes our reality. Because just remember, you are walking between destiny and fate. And Guru can take you out from darkness to the light. These are the human privileges. And we understand further that ultimately our soul will go with this subtle body to its journey onward. And it's very required that our subtle body must understand the word. That is why we adapted the Shabd Guru. We came out of the situation of human privilege, of feeling emotions, and then it was the great business on our part that we understand the Shabd Guru, Siri Guru Granth has the words in effectiveness. Those words, when are heard by our ear, understood or not understood, when those sounds are translated by our inner ear, it brings in us neurological change which we require for our ecstasy. It gives us that strength and courage. It gives us the boundaries of our own infinity. The moment we started realizing, and we started liking, we started studying, and then we read the Guru said, Thal vich tin vastu payo sat santokh vicharo. In this tray, in this plate, I have put three things: truth, patience, and indulgence. Amrit Naam Thakar ka payo jiska sab sadharo. I have put in it the nectaral name of God, which is satisfying for everything. Je ko khave, je ko puche, tisko hai adaro. If one who takes it, and one who even touches it, that person shall be satisfied. E vastajnarai nitra rakhardaro. This thing cannot be ignored, because this is the path of the soul for which you live. So basically, if a person knows the balance between his day, in his spirituality and his mentality, you are always a Trinity. You always will remain Trinity. You will never be one. You always know you are Ik. You always know you are Ahum. You always know you are Kar. Ik Onkar, Satnam, true is your identity, and on and on. So you will always believe that in this virtue, we will give ourselves few minutes to meditate into our ecstasy in the presidency of the Sri Guru Granth, in the court of the Guru. So we can realize and we can release ourselves from the bondage of the ego for a few minutes. Put that Vaheguru tape. And you will sit in the presence of the Guru, bring Sri Guru Granth instead of yours, looking with your eyes, through the closed eyes into your heart, and you will go with this beautiful, wonderful Shabd of Tresha Guru. And when we went to this balance of ecstasy, this is a mantra of the Tresha Guru, this is a mantra of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. That is the personal mantra. And this is the most powerful Tresha Guru's mantra, in which we were totally exalted. But sometimes, as human, we found that our equibalence in our acts and process of our memory cannot clear our guilt. Although there is no such thing, but it is we against our own self. And when a person gets to become one's own enemy, it's become very difficult. So then we just change the mantra, make it a little bigger and a little longer. So we are now going to chant Har Narayan Vaheguru.
Sat Narayan Vaheguru, Hari Narayan Satnam. 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 Sat Narayan Vaheguru, Hari Narayan
it was then that we wanted to clear, and we wanted to clear our consciousness. We wanted to clear our limited consciousness to the infinity. So we decided to chant the Tresha Guru mantra Vaheguru. And then as we found it that we have some self-caused duality and guilt, then we enlarged the mantra. And we enlarged with these words. And mantra is nothing but a mental mantrang. It's the mental wave to you join with the universal wave. It's the impact of the cause and effect into the relevancy of the atomic energy into the psyche of the human form, so that the total existence and the macro consciousness with the micro consciousness can work in the unisonness where one can understand oneness. And in that oneness we knew was the sign of purity. That's why we understood. And that's what it is. If had not that been we, the bird would not have just sat on the branches and trees and sang, and lions and other animals would not have yawned and roared, and even the rivers would not have created a sound. Sound is the first system of coexistence of life into the other moment. So micro and macro moment of life start becoming correlative, and we understood that it is the power of the mantra. Some people misuse it. They use the mantra to control minds, project minds, and do. Some use to heal and do good jobs. So mantra is just a pure bind of energy. It can work either way you want. Then we thought, all right, we are one part of the universe, and we are not individual. Let us bring a whole universe into the word itself. And then we started chanting. Inkokar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. And then we came to the 8 Ashtanga sounds. And we said, wait a minute, there are 8 aspects. And we are going to win all 8. We are not limited. And this is how we go.
Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru. Ek Onkar Satnam Siri Vaheguru.
And when we received these 8 aspects of our, we found out in certain cases even our roots are shaken. We didn't know what to do. We went to the wise people. We went to the pandits. We went to the mullahs. We went to the ancient. We went to the sages. We asked them. Everybody gave their opinion. And we tried that opinion. And it becomes harder and harder and harder and harder. But we knew in our mind that sometime our roots get shaken. The wind of the time and the pressure of the space is so much. And sometimes heavens become indifferent, not cruel. And earth doesn't hold the balance. And our roots sometimes dry up, sometimes they are not together. And we wanted something. And entire humanity prayed, and God descended, and came Nanak. Out of his love, he gave us the Mool Mantra. He said, when roots are shaken, they will replenish themselves. Don't worry. I have come to serve thee as thee. And thus humanity started chanting root mantra, Mool Mantra. Not only their roots became deeper, they become prosperous, they become courageous, they become angelic, they became free, they became divine, they became godly, they became priestly, they became royal, they became soldier, they became saints. All together grew up out of this mantra.
एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भय निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त अजूनी सर्वं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच एक ओंकार सतनाम करता
when our roots become so prosperous and our ecstasy and bliss became our rightful right. And we started then playing with God. Then we wanted nothing. We were content and satisfied. We were real. We have seen the divinity, the dignity, the royalty. We were soldiers and saints. We loved death. We chanted with it. We kissed it. We crossed the barrier of all the limitations which earth and magnetic field of the Maya could give. And then to just express our joy, we started talking to God. And we found out some words. And we found out God and me and God are one. And to express that in the reality of man and that of God at the same time, we started saying, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sara.
Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Saram. Hare 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 Ram. Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Saram. Hare 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 Ram. Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Saram. Hare 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 Ram. Sare Sasa, Sare.
What we are saying in this is, the total of you, Sare Sasa, that one you are total of you. Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sare Sasa, Sarang. With all that colorization and existence, and whatever all you are, but still you are you. We earned the right of identifying him. And Hare 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 Hare. And then we went confirmed, we have become deathless. Our nobility has become a reality. Our divinity has become questionless. And we can play with the prayer. And prayer can play with us. And we have found the infinity in the ecstasy of bliss and consciousness. Then we started chanting that. Confirming to ourselves, as an individual, as a class, that there's no giving but forgiving. There's no living but just fearlessness. There's no being but Akal Murat. We should live as pictorial gods. When our consciousness raised to that point, and then we started telling God, listen, God, like an adult son tell, look, Papa, I want to talk to you. And then we started singing Sat Siri Siri Akal.
Kal, kal, Siri Akal, kal, Akal Murat, Vaheguru, kal, Siri Akal, Akal Murat, Vaheguru.
We became adult. We grew up. We started walking shoulder to shoulder. And we started telling every. And we said, Jo bole so nihal. Who shall speak shall be blessed. Sat Sri Akal. Do you understand the spiritual progress of man which happened through the blessing of Guru Nanak? Do you understand the courage and spirit and godliness from garbage came with the blessing of Guru Gobind Singh? And then we learned to say something most marvelous and wonderful and satisfying, fulfilling. Our appetites became all happy. And we said, Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Go, go, go. There's an Espanola song on it.
Pearl of peace will belong to me.
how to cover it with the music and how to become complete. And we live to the expectation when one falls, 10 will take its place, and nothing can stop us. We became timeless within the time and we became spaceless within the space. In this ecstasy we proceeded unto the all shores of the land. We covered the Western Hemisphere with love, devotion, affection, and joy. We showed our grace with character, and we became a Kal Murat, living pictorial gods, and we had to work with character and characteristics of it. However, the land we come from, today needs you, and very badly. It has gone so bad, they have nothing to look to. They are creating a hustle bustle, but they do not know what to do. So on this day I ask you to join ranks, pull together yourself and get it together so we can answer this call. Just remember, in 525 years, this is one day such call has been made. It's up to you, to your consciousness, you answer it or not. I'm not saying your things are not important. But must you not forget, this is a motel, a hotel. This is not our home. We are not going to live here forever. So now we are grown up adult walking by the light of the Guru. We must create our own history. And we must pay homage to our roots. So I am asking you, is it time to understand? In case my physical health does not permit, you'll carry this banner and keep it going. And thus, to certify that fact, we understand and we wrote the song of Khalsa.
Many speak of courage, speaking cannot give it. In the face of death, we must live there. When things are down and darkest, that's when we stand tallest. Until the last star falls, won't give it shall. Stand as a Khalsa, strong as steel, steady. His alone.
In our purity and piety, when we reach the state of bliss, we turn to the third Nanak and we sang,
राम कली मेला तीजा नंद एक ओंकार सतगुरु प्रसाद आनंद बया मेरी माया सतगुरु मैं पाया सतगुरु दा पाया राग रतन परिवार परिया शब्द गावन आया कहे नानक आनंद हो सतगुरु मैं पाया हे मन मेरिया तू सदा रहो हर नाम रहो तुम मन मेरे दुख सब विसारना अंगीकारो कर तेरा कार्य सब सवार सबना गला समरथ स्वामी सुखियो मन हो विसारे कहे नानक मन मेरे सदा रहो हर नाले सच्चे साहिबा किया नहीं का तेरे करता तेरे सदा सिफत सलाह तेरी नाम मन बसावे नाम जिनके मन वासिया बाचे शब्द गनेर कहे नानक सच्चे साहिब किया नहीं का तेरे सच्चा नाम मेरा याद हो सच नाम आधार मेरा जिन भूखा साब गवाए कर साथ सुख मन आए बसिया साता कुर्बान कीता गुर वित हो जिस दिया है बड़ियाया कहे नानक सुन हो संतो शबे तरो पिया जाना मेरा यादारो बाजे पंच शाप तितकार सभा के शब्द बाजे काला तितकार दारिया पंच तुत वास कीते काल कंत कमाल तुर करम कहे नानक ते सुख हो तितकार अनहत बाजे सो पवन गुरु पानी पिता माता दर्द महत दिवस रात तोय दाई दाया के सगल जगत जगियाया पुरियाया वाचे धर्मा दूर करमी आपो आपनी के नेड़े के दूर जिनी नाम ध्याया के सागित गाल नानक ते मुख हो चले खेती छुटी नाल जिनी नाम ध्याया के सागित गाल नानक ते मुख हो चले खेती छुटी नाल बोलो वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा श्री वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह
and when we expressed our bliss and ecstasy, and we reminded ourselves of the basic roots and our growth and our history, our purity, our power to sacrifice, and our understanding, and to guide and get people along into oneness, we decided that we had a living Guru, the Shabd Guru. So we all joined and stood up in prayer, call Ardas, to pray to that subtle Guru which lives and rules our heart and rhythm in our being for all times to come. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
मन्ने की गत कही न जाए जे को कहे बचे पछताए कागज कलम न लेखन हारे मन्ने खा बेकरन विचार ऐसा नाम मनोरंजन हो जे को मान जाने मन को ऐसा नाम मनोरंजन हो ही सूत मन्ने मोहे जोता न गाए मन्ने जम के साथ न जाए